Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. We have finally done it. We finished all the SODO AI sets for 01, finally ready to move on. Today we are taking a look at Kamen Rider Saber SODO Book 1. All your favorite Saber characters are here. Saber, Blades, 01 Hellrising Hopper, Eden, Fighting Jackal Raider. These are all 01 characters. What's going on here? So yeah, apparently the running gag is that there are not many Saber characters in the Saber SODO line. As they say in 01, it's never over, and that certainly appears to be the case here. So for book 1, only 2 characters out of 5 are Saber characters. There's still a lot of 01 to get through here. So as you can see, 10 boxes, 2 apiece. You do get Hellrising Hopper, you get Eden, you get Fighting Jackal Raider. I will say, though, I'm very excited to get this one because I definitely think this is the coolest of all of Valkyrie's forms, so I'm definitely excited to get a figure for that. And honestly, I think both of these look great, too. I'm not bitter about it. I just think it's funny that, you know, you finally think you're done with 01, you get to the first book for Saber, you're all excited, and it's really just more 01. It's just, there's so much 01. But anyway, pretty cool artwork here on all the sides of the boxes. Just have the figures in various poses. If we go ahead and open this up, you will see that there are 10 distinct boxes, no duplicates, 1 of each, and it takes 2 boxes to make each character, as you can see there. So let's take a look at these boxes. Here is Fighting Jackal Raider, which I think looks pretty cool. I've always liked this form. Kind of like an Egyptian, Anubis god. Looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. Next up we have Eden, which is from the movie that I have not seen yet. Then we have 01 Hellrising Hopper, which is also from a movie I have not seen yet. And then here is Blades. And then here is the man himself, Saber. Looking pretty cool. So, 5 new characters. Very excited to finally dive into what I would call AI SODO 11 featuring Kamen Rider Saber, but whatever. We've decided to call it Kamen Rider Saber SODO Book 1 featuring Kamen Rider 01. But I'm going to go ahead, start getting these out of the boxes, put together, all stickered up, and then we're going to take a closer look. So here are the 5 fully assembled and stickered up. Of course, we'll take a look at Saber first, since, technically it is his line. So the one thing I will say right off the bat, he does have this piece that pegs into the back of his waist for the side skirt, but you can see that it does have a peg hole, so that you can still use the stand, which I really appreciate. And then real quick, we'll just take a look at the stand. You can see Kamen Rider Saber Brave Dragon, his extra hands. He's got a set of open hands peg into the base, which is nice. Has a ball joint there. You have a hinge here to peg that in. And then they have these little like honeycomb connector pieces so that you can connect them all together. And they also have these spots on the bottom so that you can actually peg these on top of each other now, which I think is pretty cool. So if you would like to kind of save space with your display, you could peg the character on here and then peg another one on top in the back, and then kind of stack them, which I think is kind of cool. It's a really neat idea, and I'm all for saving space, especially with SODO, because I have a lot of them. So taking a look at Saber, he looks really good. All of the white, with the exception of on the feet, is paint. All the red is paint. This here on the side, this like grayish, kind of bronzish color, that's paint. This on the inside here, that's all paint. It's the same color there. So they went above and beyond. They did a nice job. He looks really good. So taking a look at the head, the eyes themselves are stickers. And the little book emblem there, the silver, that's a sticker. Like the silver on the edge is paint, but the silver in the center there is a sticker. And then you can see this is a sticker here for the driver. One thing I thought was interesting is you can see that there's red for the strap on the front. They didn't give you stickers for the strap on the back, and that's something I've kind of noticed here on a couple of these, and I'll point it out as we go. They only do stickers for the front, and they're not worried about the back so much anymore. I'm assuming that's just a cost-cutting thing because they are giving us so much paint, but it is interesting to note that, you know, whereas I feel like previous releases would have given us enough stickers to go all the way around the back. I guess they just didn't feel it was necessary here. You can see there's a ball joint here for this skirt piece. But yeah, that's all paint, all down the legs here. That's all paint. Just this right here on the foot is one solid sticker, but everything here is paint, and it looks really sharp. It looks really, really nice. They did a great job. Typical SODO articulation, so you have the ball joint here for the head, but you can see it's a pretty good range of motion. This piece actually falls out. I don't know why, but just kind of pop it back in. But you can see, and it's a bigger range of motion with the head here. You can really look pretty far back, look pretty far forward. You can kind of tilt head side to side, so nice range of motion there. You do have a butterfly joint there now, because basically what this is, it's just this cylindrical piece kind of put in here. So it's not necessarily a butterfly joint because this doesn't move, but this peg can move around in that joint. So you can get the same effect as a butterfly joint. Plus, of course, you have the hinge. You can get the full rotation. You have the shoulder piece that's on its own hinge connected to the arm. So you have that going on there. Bicep swivel, pretty much 180 degrees. Oh, actually, they stopped it. No, they didn't. Okay, interesting. Interesting. The arm actually stops where it should now. You can kind of see that there's kind of a little piece there. See how the elbow has kind of a right angle to it now so that it stops? Because before you used to be able to do a complete 180 degrees there. So that's nice. It's a small little thing. You have a wrist swivel, mostly just because it's a peg. You can just pop this out and switch it out with the other hands I showed you earlier. But it's actually a ball joint now, as you can see. So you get a little bit more range of motion. You can actually kind of move that around. Instead of just a swivel, it's kind of a ball joint move around like that. So that's kind of nice. But you can push it all the way in if you want, so that it's just a typical swivel. But if you pull it away a little bit, then you can kind of activate the ball joint there. So that's kind of nice. It gives you the option. You don't have to have, because a lot of people might not like with the full, you know, stalk out to get full range of the ball joint. That kind of looks ridiculous. So if you want to get full range of that ball joint, that's kind of how far you have to pull it out. You can see it pops off, but you can push it in, and then, you know, you can kind of get a little bit of the ball joint when it's pushed all the way in, but obviously not nearly as much. And then you just got the swivel going there. You have a waist swivel, you have a ball joint in the hip, you have a thigh swivel over 90 degrees there in the knee, and then of course a ball joint. And you kind of have a cutout on the side of the foot so you can get ankle tilt for wide stances, which is cool. But yeah, he's got a lot of nice articulation. And the other thing that's kind of neat, and we don't really have a way to show this off just yet, but because of the way his gimmick works, he changes out the sides of his body. So you can actually pop this out. See how this just comes off? So if you go and get a different one, like say Jack and the Beanstalk or something, you're going to take this piece, just pop this off, and then you peg that piece there on the side. And then if you have like another one of these, or maybe there's one with a double, I'm assuming they're going to do later on, if you have a second skirt piece to put on there. I don't think they're going to be doing anything as far as, I think they're giving out different heads, but there's no way to switch the head pieces. So you'd either have to live with a slightly inaccurate head, or you may get a new one depending on how the future releases go. But you can at least switch out the sides, and you can do it for Brave Dragon over here as well. So that's cool. I like that. I think that's really neat. It's a simple way to enact the gimmick, and I think it works. And I think he looks really good. I think they did a really nice job. The stickers that he has are fine. There's this little dragon eye is also a sticker. And then this little bit of gold here on the arm, which was kind of a pain to get it to affix. So I would have liked that maybe to be paint, because all this is paint, but it's fine. And then this is one big sticker on the sword, but I think it looks pretty good. So, took a while here on Saber, but I had to show off the new articulation they've put in, and how his gimmick works and all the paint and everything. But yeah, he looks good. He looks really good. So let's go ahead and peg him back in there. And now we will bring in Blades, so we can take a look at Blades. And Blades looks really sharp. Let me go ahead and unpeg this. And again, he's got the same thing where he's got the skirt piece in the back, but it still has the peg hole, so you can use the stand. He's got these pieces here completely painted. They peg on into the back. They're kind of neat. they have like a little lip that affixes to the collar, and then they peg in, so it really holds it in place. Now, same with him, you can take both of these arms off the same way they disconnected here. So if you got other ones for him, you could mix and match. You could give him Jack and the Beanstalk if you wanted. Again, you wouldn't have the driver that necessarily matches, and maybe you wouldn't have the skirt piece. But for the most part, you can mix and match the sides with any of these. Now, this is all paint. All here on the arms. These arms, yeah, these are his legs. All here on the thighs, the shins, all this is paint. Again, there's one sticker on each foot. There is blue paint on the foot, and then the sticker goes on top. All of this on the side is all paint. This here on the shoulder pad is a sticker, but all of this on the arms, the inside, that's all paint. That's amazing. I mean, that's really, really sharp, nicely painted detail. I couldn't be more thrilled with that. This is all painted, just the yellow eyes are stickers, and then there's a sticker here for his visor, and again, the little books. But all the rest of that, the blue is paint, the silver is paint, one big sticker for the blade, and the back of the hands is a little sticker. But that's an incredible amount of paint. They did a really nice job. He looks fantastic. He's got the same articulation as Saber, so nothing new there. And then this piece here connects to the driver. So you can take the drivers off if you wish. They just unpeg. So, yeah, they did a really nice job. Again, they only gave us the red stickers for the belt on the front, which again I think is weird, but a minor nitpick considering how nice that these both look. Honestly, Saber and Blades look really, really good, in my opinion. Now, let's move on to all the other Saber characters. Okay, we're done. So next up, from the movie that I still have not seen yet, and I'm going to point out, he has the belt stickers that go all the way around, so even in the same box, in the same wave, you have that weird inconsistency is the word I'm looking for there. This is 01 Hell Rising Hopper. This makes me excited to see this movie because this form is really, really neat. This is really, really cool. There's a lot of stickers on these. This is paint. The eye, I think the sides, I think the head is mostly paint. It's just the eyes are not, and maybe the mouth, I think, is a sticker. Pretty much the entire chest plate is multiple stickers. The forearm is stickers. The thighs are stickers. The shins, the feet, all stickers. So this guy has a lot. This guy has a pretty decent amount of stickers. But he's really cool. I like this form a lot. I think it looks really neat. And I'm trying to think, does he have... So he does not have the butterfly joint. He's just got a standard peg. So you don't have that rock back and forth there, but you still have, you know, the rotation and the hinge. Now see, he does have the arm that goes back. So this has got to be built off a little bit earlier base. But he does have these new abs. They have these new abs they build in, as you can see. They're just molded in there. And then you can see he's got the 01 driver. But yeah, this body must be built off an older base because he doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Saber and Blades have. He doesn't have that piece to stop the arm from going backwards. He doesn't have the butterfly joint. But he's still a great figure. I mean, he's still got all the other points of articulation. Still great. He's got a little bit of that tilt for the wide stance poses. You know, knees the same, thighs swivel, ball joint, swivel here. Everything else is pretty much the same. But yeah, he looks good. He looks really cool. Now, the one thing I will say, you can see here on the side of his belt, he has molded in the little holders with the extra Progrise keys. He's got one on each side. Eden has them as well. They give you a thing of stickers. Where did I put it? So you can go ahead and choose which Progrise keys you would like them to have on the side. I couldn't decide, so I didn't pick any yet. I don't know if I ever will, but you could at least use up to 4 of these. But they give you these options, so you have a lot of options there for what Progrise keys you want him to be equipping there on the side of his belt. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, belt stickers go all the way around this time. The other thing I will point out, his stand is not the newer stand that those have. So he still has the hand storage and the peg, and he's got, you know, the same movement here for the stand, but he doesn't have that peg hole in the back, so you can't stack these. So Like I said, these are definitely built off an older body, and they just, I guess, came with the older stands as well. I don't know why. I guess it's just they were bundled together probably already or something. I'm not really sure. But it's still a really cool form. I like it a lot. Um, Along those same lines, here's Eden. He looks very cool as well. He does also have the older stand, and he comes with a black version of the Thousand Jacker, which is probably called something else for this movie, but again, I haven't seen it yet. But this is a cool design. I really like this design. The color scheme, the silver, the kind of navy blue, and the red really pops. The head looks good. This was all one sticker. The mouth, and then this little strip, and then all of this on like the forehead was one sticker. But the rest of this, the eyes and the sides were all painted. This is all stickers, stickers, stickers. The chest is several stickers. The driver. Now they painted the thigh, and then they have you put a sticker over it. I'll never understand that. Sticker here on the shin and on the foot. So, and he's got all the same articulation as Hell Rising Hopper, because he does not have the butterfly joint there, and his arm can go back. Otherwise, pretty much all the same articulation you're used to for SODO figures, and I think he looks really good. It's a neat form. I like the color scheme. I think the weapon's cool. And he's got that, two pieces that peg into the same fist. And if you would like to connect them, this little piece here, to have this separate from someone holding it, there's a little connection piece to keep it together. But yeah, he looks good. Really cool. I like this form a lot. And then, certainly not least, we have Fighting Jackal Raider. Now, I will say, you notice how earlier when I talked about Saber and Blades, how they had the piece in the back, but still had another port so you could plug this in? She unfortunately does not have that. She's got the older base, and that can peg in there to the waist, but she does have a skirt piece on the back that I will peg in, like so. And that hangs on there. But it doesn't have another port, so you can't have that pegged in and still use this. So that's unfortunate. But otherwise, I think she looks really cool. I love the giant scythe. I think that's really neat. And that's just one sticker here, and then the sticker, one big sticker for the staff, and that's on both sides. Now you can see she comes with these kind of ridiculously gigantic square holding hands, and she holds it very nice and snugly. The problem is, all the other hands they give her are white, but for whatever reason they molded those in black. And I'm assuming it has to do with how they partitioned out the sprue. But that's a bummer, because if I want to do one holding hand and one regular hand, she's going to have two different colored hands, and that doesn't look right. So I kind of either have to commit to both the black ones or both the white ones, and then she either, has one weird open hand like this, or I guess I could do some kind of two-handed staff holding pose. I just haven't bothered to try that, but I'm sure I could. So I love the staff, or the sickle, whatever you want to call this thing. I love that she holds it, and she holds it well. It's not going anywhere. But I wish they would have had a consistency with the hands. Make them all black, make them all white. I don't care. Just make them all the same color. Because I can't mix and match and give her one black hand, one white hand. That's weird. Also, for whatever reason, you get this extra piece of the shot riser. This is the part that the gun would clip into, so this would be part of the belt. This comes with her for some reason. Again, I think because they had room for it, and it's supposed to go with a past or future release. I honestly don't remember. That's supposed to go with some other figure that you may already have. It's there. I just pegged it into the side of this just for storage. But anyway, this looks really cool. I like the helmet. I think the helmet looks good. I like the way they kind of did the visor with, like, they have, this is one sticker down the center, and then this is a sticker on the side, but it kind of just looks like it's one visor with slats in it, so I think that kind of works. This is all gold on the ears. That's painted. That looks good. The chest is fully painted. Over here on the arms is painted. This is painted white, and then you put a silver sticker on top. Here is the progress key as a sticker for the force riser. This is fully painted, which is nice. And then here's another instance of what I talked about with them not giving you the front and back part of the sticker. Because as you can see here, they didn't give you a sticker for this side. I almost wish they would have just done one big sticker to cover the whole thing. But if they're going to do this, I would like to at least get... Just give me the second one there. I mean, if you want to leave this piece on the back completely black, I get that. But if you're going to do half of it, you should give me both. Just like you should give me the full belt around the side. I don't know. This is a sticker here, sticker for the kneecap, sticker here on the side. Basically, anywhere you see silver is a sticker. But yeah, she looks good. Ultimately, I really like the form. I think she looks cool. She has the older articulation, so she does not have the butterfly joint, and the arms can bend backwards. And she has the older stand, as I said. But yeah, ultimately, I think she looks good. I'm happy to get this form because honestly, this is one of, if not my favorite of her forms. So I'm glad it eventually got a figure because I really like it. But not 100% perfect. Like I said, the problem I have with the hands, and I wish you could leave this connected and still peg her into the stand. Other than that, she's pretty great. So that's going to do it for these 5. I think this is a pretty excellent set. I definitely recommend picking it up. Saber and Blades are even better than I expected. I'm really happy with all the improvements they've made to just SODO in general. With the butterfly joint, you know, the arm kind of stopping where it should bend. All of the paint is fantastic. I think this is going to be fun when we finally get a couple more books and we can start mix and matching these. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm just pretty impressed with SODO for Sabers so far. With these, I've only have 2, but they're pretty great. I really like both of them. And then, like I said, I get it. We have a couple more 0-1 characters to get through. Both of these forms are really cool. Again, I'm really interested to see this movie. I have not seen it yet, but I really like both of these. A lot of stickers, very sticker heavy for these two. And I wish they came with the newer bases. Other than that, I don't necessarily need them to have the ball joints. I'm sorry, the butterfly joints in the shoulder. They're obviously based off older molds. But again, I still really like them. And the same with her. I really like her a lot. Nice paint applications. My only problem is I wish the hands were consistent in color so you weren't mixing and matching. And, you know, a couple extra stickers I think would have made all the difference. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this set. Honestly, a couple nitpicks, but overall, really great. And these two really make me excited for the future of SODO for Saber. So I have some catching up to do, obviously. But we're gonna try and get through it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.